Non-duality is the recognition that underlying the multiplicity and diversity of experience, there is a single infinite and indivisible reality, whose nature is pure consciousness, from which all objects and selves derive their apparent independent existence. The concept of non-duality has been explored by a wide range of philosophies and religions in human history, from Advaita Vedanta and Bhagavad Gita in Hinduism to Meister Eckhart's writings in Christian mysticism, from Zen and Taoist philosophy in the East to ideas of Friedrich Nietzsche in the West. Non-dualism has been a basis for realization of the unspeakable truth of existence and life, God and morality, and the infinite and mortality. It is, however, interesting to note that the explanations and interpretations of non-dualism have been scarcely explored and formalized. Which is why in this video we will not jump to the concept of non-duality but rather define a basis from whence it emerges naturally. First, we will discuss the concept of an integrated set and a reference frame, and how on the application of latter upon the former brings us to the familiar world in which we live. From there, we will head back to our starting point using what we know as non-dualism. An integrated set is a set which is one whole or has no part to it, as long as no reference frame is attached to it. An integrated set is analogous to the term individual, that is, something that cannot be divided into parts. The most common example is to consider a human being. While on a smaller scale, it can be differentiated into body parts such as bones and organs. At a macroscopic scale, it can be viewed as a single and undivided entity. Next, we define a reference frame. A reference frame is a mental construct, that is, a concept applied on an integrated set and is used to distinguish between at least two or more volumes displaying different properties such as color, motion, shape, size, etc. Now, this concept may seem abstract, but just bear with me for now. Generally, the most common form of reference frames that we use are dualistic reference frames, as in, they divide the integrated set into a polarity or two parts. So for now, we will work in a basis of dualistic reference frames. Defining of reference frames has been a huge part of our evolving knowledge of the universe. We have used dualistic reference frames to label everything from common day-to-day objects all the way to abstract concepts. We can take the following examples of integrated sets and apply dualistic reference frames to it. For a physical dualistic reference frame, we can observe an apple on a table because based on color and shape we can differentiate them. We can also differentiate a car on a road due to the difference in shape and motion between them. We can also apply dualistic reference frames to differentiate thoughts or events in time. For example, the pair good and bad can be used to label the thought of theft as bad. Another example would be the event of watching a movie, which can be labeled using the pair interesting, boring, where the event may be considered interesting rather than boring. Therefore, the universe can also be defined as a universal integrated set, or an integrated system in which, provided no reference frame is applied, we may not distinguish one point from another. We consider all boundaries between all differentiated bodies dissolved, living from non-living, animate from inanimate, macroscopic from microscopic, etc. This is our basis for non-dualism. While under the application of a large number of reference frames, we observe the environment that we're familiar with, the realization of the presence of these constructs brings us one step closer to an integrated, continuous reality in which we exist as observers. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, make sure to click like and subscribe for future updates. And if you'd like to gain a deeper insight into my ideas, visit my blog Simplifying Ideas Differently, the link for which is given below.